Imagine snapping your fingers and a master artist, a genius coder, and a world-class assistant appear right beside you, ready to work for free. That isn't magic. That is AI. Here's the truth. Trying to do modern work without AI is like racing Formula One on a bicycle. You're pedaling harder than everyone else, but you've already lost. When's the last time you used a paper map? Exactly. You use GPS now. GPS didn't replace you as the driver. It just made getting lost nearly impossible. That's exactly what AI will do for your work, your business, your life. Be honest. Have you avoided AI because it feels too complicated? Or maybe you thought it was just hype? If that's you, you're exactly where you need to be. Welcome. Today, we're cutting through the noise. No jargon, no math class, no confusion, just clarity. Hello. This is Suresh Nair from Peedika. We help people use AI to transform complexity into clarity. Let's start simple. AI is software that learns patterns and uses them to create outputs. Old software was like following a recipe. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Miss one step, it breaks. AI is like a chef who tastes as they cook, adjusting on the fly. It doesn't think like you and me, but it learns and adapts. Now, let's talk about the fear. Remember when computers first arrived in offices? People panicked. This will replace us all. If you remember that fear when typewriters became computers, drop a yes in the comments. But here's what actually happened. Accountants didn't disappear. They traded paper ledgers for Excel. Same job, 10 times the work in half the time. Technology doesn't eliminate humans, it amplifies them. The question isn't whether AI will change your work. It will. The question is, will you be ready when it does? So, what happens if you ignore this? It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. You might be the world's best knife fighter, but the game has changed. Here's the truth. AI won't replace you, but someone using AI will replace someone who isn't. That's not a threat. That's your wake-up call. Ask yourself, is there someone in your field who's younger, hungrier, and faster? They are probably already using AI. Don't let them leave you behind. You are not trying to beat AI. You are trying to beat the person who learned AI faster. Why do we need AI? Because we've hit a brain bottleneck. We're creating more information than any human can read, process, or decide on. Trying to keep up today is like trying to drink from a fire hose. You don't get hydrated, you get knocked over. AI turns that fire hose into a drinking fountain. We need AI to scan research, summarize options, and surface insights so humans can do what humans do best. Judgment, creativity, empathy, leadership. Who here feels overwhelmed by their email inbox? If you're feeling that burnout, AI can help you breathe again. The ultimate benefit? Time. Imagine cloning yourself. Cloned you handles laundry, scheduling, and first drafts. Real you gets to play with the kids, build the business, and rest. Think. AI is that clone when you use it right. Efficiency. 4-hour tasks become 15-minute tasks. Clarity. Messy notes become a clean plan. Creativity. Writer's block gets unstuck fast. If you had 2 extra hours tomorrow, completely free, what would you do? Sleep, gym, family, a new hobby? That's what's on the table. AI is already everywhere. quietly working in the background. AI is like electricity. You don't see it inside the walls, but you flip the switch and everything lights up. Let me share a few examples. Healthcare, helping interpret scans, flag risks; finance, fraud detection, instant approvals; daily life, Netflix recommendations, spam filters; navigation, check your phone. Do you use Face ID? That's AI. You're already a user, you just didn't know it. So how do you use AI without losing your humanity? Think Batman and Robin. You are Batman. You make the decisions. AI is Robin. Fast support, quick research, first drafts. But you drive the Batmobile. Adopt the co-pilot mindset. You may be wondering, what is the co-pilot mindset? AI shouldn't run your business. You should. That's the co-pilot mindset. In other words, you stay the captain, leading with human judgment, while AI works beside you as a powerful assistant. Before every task, ask yourself, can AI start this for me? Not finish it. Start it. Are you trying to be the hero alone? Stop it. Even Batman needed help. How did we get here? Quick history. 1950s. The concept. Scientists dreaming. 1990s. The game era. Chess, rule-based systems. Now, the generative era. Language, images, video. Think of AI like a human growing up. In the 50s, it was a baby, mostly observing. In the 90s, a teenager playing games. Today, it's an adult doing real work. Did anyone here play chess or Pac-Man against a computer? That was the grandfather of today's AI. This is the most important part of the video. You must understand the difference between Google and AI. Let me show you something very critical. Most people are using AI wrong because they treat it like Google. Same question, two different tools. Watch what happens. Let me ask a simple question to Google. What is the best AI tool to learn AI? Google gives me 10 blue links, articles, ads, blog posts, reviews from 2023. Now, I have to click each link, read multiple articles, compare opinions, and piece together my own answer. This isn't an answer. This is research homework. Google is a librarian pointing to shelves. The answer is somewhere in one of these books. Good luck finding it. Now, ChatGPT. Same exact question. What is the best AI tool to learn AI? And it immediately gives me a direct answer. For beginners, start with ChatGPT itself for practice. Then explore Google's AI Essentials course. For hands-on coding, try Kaggle or Fast.ai. One answer, organized, tailored, ready to use, no tabs, no scrolling, no ads. Now, look at this. I want the results to be more focused on my goals since I only have 2 hours a week for learning. Which of these would you recommend? Google or ChatGPT? ChatGPT is a consultant who analyzed everything and gave you the recommendation instantly. Some of you may have already experienced this. If not, today is the perfect time to try it. Here's the key difference. Google searches. It finds pages that contain your words. You do the thinking. AI understands. It processes your question, analyzes patterns from billions of sources, and synthesizes an answer. It does some thinking for you. You might be wondering what synthesis means in the world of AI. At its core, It's the process of putting pieces together to create something new. But what does creating something new actually mean? Let me show you with Lego blocks. Same pieces, different creations. When you ask AI a question, it doesn't just repeat information. It reshapes it. It reorganizes it. It presents it in a fresh way. That's why the answer can look different each time. It's a creative process. Now, coming back to synthesis, think of it like this. AI gathers bits of information from many different places. It blends them together and it forms those pieces into a clear, useful answer. A simple analogy makes it even clearer. If understanding is like collecting all the ingredients, then synthesizing is the act of cooking the meal. If any part of this feels unclear, feel free to drop a comment and I will walk you through it in more detail. And now, connecting this to how search engines work. Google might say, here are 10 places the answer might be. AI says, here is the answer, and here's why. In summary, Google is a search engine while ChatGPT is an AI answer engine. Now, you're going to love this because it gets even better. With ChatGPT, I can ask a follow-up question. For example, if I only have 30 minutes of free time each day, I might ask, which of these would you recommend for someone with only 30 minutes per day? And ChatGPT refines the answer instantly. Start with ChatGPT for 30 minutes daily practice. It's free and you'll see immediate results. Now, try that with Google. You would need a whole new search. ChatGPT remembers the conversation. Google doesn't. So, which should you use? Google is better for finding specific websites, shopping and prices, current news, local businesses. AI is better for explaining complex topics, brainstorming ideas, personalized recommendations, learning concepts. Smart move, use both. Ask AI first for understanding. Use Google when you need specific sources or to verify facts. Now that you understand the difference between Google search and AI tools and when to use each, think about what happens if you ignore this. Now that you understand the basic differences, let me break down how AI actually thinks. The old way was like a filing cabinet, exact files stored and retrieved, but the new way is pattern-based. AI learns relationships between words and ideas. See how words like cat, dog, pet, and animal all tie together in the same pattern. Google is the MP3 track. It plays the song perfectly every single time. AI is your friend singing it after a few drinks. They know the melody, but sometimes they improvise. Here's the breakdown. 1. Google search, the librarian, finds the book you asked for. 2. AI, the author, writes a new answer based on probability and patterns. Let's imagine this. When a human and an AI both hear the words Jack and Jill went up the, something completely different happens in each mind. This reveals the fundamental difference between us and AI. When we hear Jack and Jill went up the, we don't just hear words. We instantly see the story. A grassy hill, a wooden well, 2 children climbing with a pail. A familiar nursery rhyme from childhood. We understand the context, the meaning behind the words, a shared story built into our culture. And AI sees none of that. It doesn't know the story. It doesn't know what a hill looks like. There's no image, no memory, no childhood connection. What it sees are statistical patterns, token sequences, probability calculations, Jack followed by and followed by Jill, followed by went, followed by up, followed by the, followed by what comes next. It calculates hill appears 94% of the time. Mountain appears 3% of the time. Stairs appears 2% of the time. Road appears 1% of the time. All these calculations come from its trained data, millions of books, articles, and websites it learned from during training. It chooses hill not because it understands the rhyme, but because hill has the highest statistical probability based on all the patterns it learned. This is the fundamental divide. One world is built on meaning and understanding, the other on patterns and probabilities. Stories versus statistics, memory versus math. And once you truly grasp this difference, a couple of fascinating questions emerge. First, if AI doesn't understand meaning the way humans do, what does that imply about how we should trust it, use it, and relate to it? Second, if intelligence can exist without understanding, what does that mean for the future of intelligence itself? Third, if AI can sound intelligent without understanding anything at all, what truly separates human intelligence from artificial intelligence? Now pause for a second. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever caught an AI confidently saying something completely wrong? That's the improvise a lyric moment. We call it a hallucination, and it's why you verify important facts. When you start asking questions or giving instructions to an AI tool, it creates something called a chat history, basically a little diary of your conversations, just like in modern social apps such as WhatsApp or Facebook. In many AI tools, the model doesn't automatically remember past chats unless that context is provided again, or the system is designed with memory. So don't assume it knows what you know. Show it what it needs. So how do we talk to this author? We use prompts. Googling is like fishing with a net. You hope you catch something good. Prompting is like ordering a pizza.
I want a pizza.
You have to ask for pepperoni or you won't get it.
Large pepperoni pizza with extra cheese, thin crust, well done.
Rule number 1, be specific. Example, bad. Write an email. Good. Write a polite email to my boss asking for a sick day because I have a migraine. Keep it under 90 words. Friendly, professional tone. Challenge. Pause this video. Open any AI and ask, explain my job as if I were a medieval knight. See what happens. It is magic. How does the computer actually read your prompt? Tokenization. Think Lego blocks. Humans see meaning. The AI sees chunks, pieces, and learns patterns between them. Here is why that matters. An AI often predicts what looks like the next correct thing, not what it proved is correct. Now let's name the engine LLM, Large Language Model. Imagine the Library of Alexandria blended into a smoothie. The AI drank it. It doesn't store books like a shelf. It stores patterns of language. There are 3 types of models. 1. General models like Swiss Army knife, good at many things. 2. Specialized models like heart surgeon, amazing at one domain. 3. Local models like pocket dictionary, fast private, smaller. Have you ever nodded at a dinner party pretending you knew what LLM meant? Now you actually do. So who builds these engines? OpenAI, ChatGPT, Google, Gemini, Microsoft, Copilot, Anthropic, Claude. Think of them like the Avengers. Different strengths, different styles. The best one, the one that fits your workflow. Which team are you on right now? Team ChatGPT or Team Gemini? Drop it in the comments. Here's your cheat sheet, your AI creative department. For text, use ChatGPT Claude. For images, use Midjourney, DALL-E. For videos, use Sora, Runway. For audios, use 11 Labs. These are not just apps. This is a creative department in your pocket. You are the creative director. They are your team. Which tool feels the most magical to you? Video generation or voice cloning? Which one do you want to try first? Let's recap. AI is not a monster. It's a super smart intern, fast, eager, and sometimes wrong. So you supervise it and you win. This technology is a tsunami. You can't stop the wave. You can stand on the beach and get crushed, or grab a surfboard and ride it. I want you to surf. Don't let fear hold you back. Open a chatbot today. Play with it. Ask it for help on something small. Want me to make a full advanced prompting tutorial with templates? Comment advanced prompt and I'll create that video for you. And if you're ready to stop feeling behind, hit like and subscribe. Before you go, remember how you were asked a few minutes ago to run the command, explain my job as if I were a medieval knight. Now I'm going to take that output, drop it into Gemini and ask it to turn it into a video. Here we go. Your Gemini generated video from the script is ready. Time to enjoy the creativity.
My duty is simple, to protect the realm and uphold the code of chivalry. It is a heavy burden, but one I bear.
Pretty magical, right? If you enjoyed the video, drop a comment, hit like and subscribe. We are growing in this AI era together. Let's keep leveling up your AI game. If you learned even one new thing today, I'm genuinely proud of you. Keep going. You're doing great. Go be the pilot of your future. Thank you for trusting Peedika on your AI journey. And stay tuned for what's next. AI Foundations Explained. I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.